Yesterday I made a funny video about AIR, A-I-R, one of my frameworks for healthy relationships. Today I checked the news and the joke I made yesterday stopped being very funny. When my own internal world started falling apart, the MAGA movement was rising to its height and I was lonely. I became glued to my phone, addicted actually, just watching what was happening over the border, just to hear someone's voice talk at me so I would cut through the loneliness. And in that idiocy, I was never bored. So maybe it was helpful. But here's the thing about watching someone else's dysfunction. When you're watching it from the outside, you can see it more clearly. So I was watching their willful blindness. They were believing words over actions. They had misplaced loyalty. People defending the indefensible, calling hate love and family values. And over time in my own life, I started recognizing that I was mocking people who believed convenient lies. And I'd fallen into that very trap myself. It's embarrassing, but deep down, I did know better. That awareness always comes at a cost. The human dynamics were identical. They just have a bigger stage. So when I read this morning that after last night's fireworks, Washington, D.C. woke up to a code purple air quality alert. I love purple, but not that kind. Code purple means the air is very unhealthy for everyone, and here's what you need to know. They fired 851,000 fireworks last night. That is a 12,000% increase over a normal year. The Trump administration knew. Internal National Park Service documents warned them the display would likely cause very unhealthy air pollution levels. And they looked at 100,000 humans that supported them, standing in 107-degree heat with no water, no shade, and decided not to upset the boss, that it would probably be fine. It isn't fine. The air is toxic today. Humans are not indispensable, even the easier to manipulate ones. I've worked with a lot of people who've lived that exact story, not at a fake fair, in their own homes, in their jobs. They knew something was wrong. The data was right there in front of them, but the person they trusted kept saying, "Oh, you're overreacting. It'll work itself out. Why do you have to make such a big deal? It's not that bad." So they stayed and stayed, and they kept breathing the bad air, and they smiled, and they accommodated, and they shrank themselves until one day their body or their mind sent up a flare, a code purple, very unhealthy for everyone. Now here's what I want to ask you, not about Washington, but about your life. Is the air fresh where you are right now? Or have you been telling yourself, it'll probably be fine? Because willful blindness isn't just a government problem. It lives in kitchens, in bedrooms, and in boardrooms too. And people pleasing has a real cost. Being willfully blind and will cost a part of your soul. But here's what I also know. People are waking up. First in their own lives, getting honest with themselves, finding safe people to breathe clean air with. Those of us who are doing this work are part of that shift. It all starts with one question. Are you able to find fresh air for yourself? If you're starting to think that something smells off, that's awareness. And awareness is where everything changes. Now I'm recording this outside because some days that's the most political thing you can do. So don't stay alone with your thoughts. Healing begins when you feel safely witnessed. So reach out if you want to talk. God bless you and stay safe.